How are you, everybody? This time I'm going to go over two questions of math contest level, number 77 and number 78. Let me read the 77 first. So for x to log x power equal to 100 times x. And the 78. So for theta, 2 times cosine 2 theta minus sine theta plus 1 equals 0. For number 77, you need to review logarithm theorems, and for 78, you need to review trigonometry, double angle formula. Okay, now let's look at the work here. Okay. Okay, question number 77, we have here x² log x power equal to 100 times x. 100 times x. We have only two terms here. Then, probably in this case also we need to manipulate. So we have in exponent position log x. Okay, so mostly when you have a little complicated expression of exponent, then probably we adopt logarithm on each side. So we adopt log each side, then it might be easier now. Okay. Once you have log, inside the log, any power 2 variable you can bring here as a times. So this part will be log x times log x. And then, according to log property, inside the log, if we have a times, we can separate into two log. In the log, 100 plus log x. Now, log x can be one factor here. Okay? So this one will be log x times log x will be square, and you move this one the other side, minus log x minus log 100. Okay? Instead of writing long expression, we simply use the answer. What's log 100? Which means what? If we don't have any base will be 10 here. 10 to the what power is 100? 10 to the what power is 100? 10 to the second power. Very obvious, right? So instead of writing this one here, we just put a 2. So log x became one unknown variable for these questions. So we can factor this one as log x and with the variable is 1. Times of two numbers is 2, a difference is 1. It's very simple. Minus 2 plus 1. Very simple. Now, we put this one, log x equal 2, and the log x equal minus 1. Any trouble? No, right? Okay, if you don't see any base, means with the log, it's a 10. Common logarithm. 10 to the second power is x. Okay? This one, according to definition of a log, we can rewrite 10 to the second power is x. So x must be 100. Now here, again, we don't have a base here. Okay? If we don't have a base, 10, common logarithm. Now 10 to the negative first power is x. if you have a negative power in the exponent, then you just change into fraction. Okay, 1 over 10 to the first power of x. What is that? So x must be 0.1. So for this question, the answer will be x equal 100 or x equal 1 over 10. Okay, if you have any trouble, go to my website or practice with my previous videos. Okay? Now let's move on to number 78. Question 78, we have 2 cosine 2 theta minus sine theta plus 1 equal 0. Again, you see here cosine and sine mixed up. So we better replace into same function. Now in this case, you probably remember in trigonometry, angle addition formula. Angle addition formula here, cosine 2x. Cosine 2x you can rewrite cosine theta plus theta, then angle addition formula. So this one will be cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Okay, how to derive all those ones, you can go with my trigonometry lecture. Okay? Or you can check your textbook that they show you the very detailed explanation. Then this part will be same as 2 times cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta, and then just rewrite here sine theta plus 1 equal 0. Now we can see, sine theta might be a known variable in this case. We solve for sine theta first, and then we solve for theta. Okay? Now you remember, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equal 1. Very important one. From unit circle, they derived this. Okay? Very simple one. All of you have to remember, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equal 1. Got it? Okay. Then, this part will be same as cosine squared theta minus sine square will be here. You can see sine squared theta will be 1 minus, we go by cosine. Cosine squared theta will be 1 minus sine squared theta. Because we have to replace it into cosine. Into sine, I'm sorry. So this one will be, this part we replace it by 1 minus sine squared theta, and we have a sine squared theta again, sine squared theta. So this one will be 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Okay? Now we put 2 outside, and then sine theta plus 1 equal 0. Right? Okay. Then this one come out 2 minus 4 sine squared theta minus sine theta plus 1 equal 0. Now we have a 2 and 1 here. So if you add these two values, it will come out 3. Okay? 3. In front of the equation, we have a negative sign. Then we better multiply both sides by -1. Okay? If you multiply both sides by -1, it will come out positive, and then positive, and then negative. Now we see here, sine theta and sine theta square form. Then sine theta can be one factor. So we try factor this one as 4 sine theta, sine theta. Okay. If you multiply two values, each one will be 3. So this one will be, you put 3 here and 1 here. Then when you multiply, this one comes out 3. And if you multiply here, 3 sine theta. And then if you multiply with this one and that one, you have a 4 sine theta. And then this one is a positive, so you can say positive here and negative here. So we can factor, right? 4 sine theta minus 3, and the sine theta plus 1 equals 0. And then from here we see sine theta equal 3 over 4. Okay, we equate to 0 and then we work out. And from here we see sine theta equal -1. Sine theta equal -1. Now, sine theta is 3 over 4. And then you just use, in this case, arcsine and arcsine, then you can get to answer, right? Theta and theta. You just use table or use a calculator to get value of theta. Okay? In terms of data, how we make equation? Only you use a table or calculator, then they show you the answer. Okay? If not, we have to try with the sine what angle comes out what, sine what angle comes out, -304, or too long. Okay? You just use calculator. Okay? Okay, and that's it. Next time I will go over 2 questions again, 79 and 80 of math contest level questions. 79, what is the sum of 200 terms of 1 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 3 times 4 plus 4 times 5? Yeah, it's a manipulated arithmetic sequence. So you need to review arithmetic sequence. Now, number 80, what is the sum of 200 terms of 1 times 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3 times 4 plus 3 times 4 times 5 plus 4 times 5 plus times 6. For this one, you need this formula. Okay? Without knowing this formula, it's almost impossible to solve this problem. And therefore, number 80, you really need summation k cube form. Okay? So you need to memorize this formula and then you work out. Okay. Bye. Thank you.